about in the chat, or it's gonna be, hey, we gotta follow here. Star Citizen has followed. My goodness, is it like the actual Star Citizen? Really? Oh, that's nice. But let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look at the latest episode of Inside Star Citizen, and looks like they're talking about the new inventory system. Let's go.
Me again. It's time for part 2 of Alpha 315 Changes Everything. This week, the team is back to talk inventory and finally put all those globals and locals and vehicles and externals and personals into context with one another as they set the table for a truly physicalized universe coming down the line.
Now, that is a major upcoming feature here in Star Citizen Alpha 3.15 that's completely going to be changing the game. We're going to have more details here. By the way, this was obviously... hey, Momo King, how's it going? This was obviously recorded a while back because right now Jared is in the UK shooting for CitizenCon. So they probably shot this episode alongside the other. They probably didn't know that a wipe will be coming. Oh, did they? Anyway, still some other stuff on screen. There's still... What other stuff on screen are you seeing, Momo King? Let's have a look here. Oh, it's the chat. Yeah, like this. So now I remove the chat. But the problem if I remove the chat is I can't see the chat. And I can hear myself even more. So that's weird, right? So that's not fantastic, and that's a lot of windows of episodes of Star Citizen, right? There's still other stuff. Yeah. So that's why I got the chat. I could be removing the chat for sure, but then or maybe I can remove the alert. Maybe I can remove the alert. Can I do that? No, I can't. No, I can't. It's okay. Yeah, the follower notification as well. I know, but I don't know how to remove both, unfortunately. Still a noob at Twitch. Anyway, we'll just put them on the side, and yeah, hopefully, yeah, it's not going to be that disturbing.
Introducing like the next big step towards Death of a Spaceman. Now we're introducing the first huge leap towards the physicalized inventory. This is really the biggest milestone for inventory in general.
Now that's going to really completely change the way we play, because right now it's all magic in the movie glass. Just press F1, the movie glass, you have access to all of your inventory. All of that is going to change because, well, this was never how Star Citizen was intended to be played.
The move towards physicalized inventory is really an attempt to make players think and make choices.
Now that's one of the exciting... It's sometimes kind of do that already in Star Citizen, trying to think, oh, what kind of missions am I going to do based on the equipment that I have, what guns do I have, but that is going to be completely on the whole level, because on top of that you're going to be adding, oh, how much medipens am I bringing with me, what kind of supplies, do I need bottles of water, food, because eventually that will be important as well. Do I have to put stuff in my ship that's going to stay in my ship, because I'm going to go to my ship between different parts of action, and that's where I'm going to be resupplying eventually. These are all elements that you're going to have to take under consideration before you do anything in Star Citizen, and it's going to be adding quite a lot of management in the game as well. So let's see.
This is the loop where you have to decide what I take with me is the stuff that I have access to me.
And those choices should be reflecting players' gameplay choices, their styles.
So let's have a look. What do we see here? So we have a local inventory. It says the name of the location here, Grimex in this case, as well as the capacity in SCU. So this is, so it doesn't say exactly what's the limit, what's the SCU limit you have per location. But here on the other side, you've got, so that's the local inventory, what you have at this local place. That is your personal inventory with what you have on you, including your backpack and the core components of your armor.
The distributive manner will mean that you get emergent roles in the groups, people bringing all the healing with them because the other guys around them have all the ammo.
So that's how it's going to work. Basically, it seems that there's not going to be any some sort of physicalized locker. That is something that they want to do in the future, but it's not coming up in Star Citizen Alpha 3.15, not yet at least. So something that will have to. To me, this looks like a temporary solution to the lack of physicalized inventory. We're talking about just local inventory here so far for 3.15. Physicalized inventory is when you'll get to actually manually transfer all of those inventory items from a locker, from a box, onto your backpack or your armor. It's not the case yet. Right now, it's just taking it from one tab, dragging it to another tab. So expect it to become more complex in the future as Star Citizen's development further continues. Yeah, sometimes I check the chat, see if any people are speaking, but so far people are quiet. You guys are too quiet. Come on.
Kind of thing. So that there are so many different aspects involved in restricting things that encourage communication and cooperation, that change the way that you play the game and ultimately drastically impact the experience.
So if you've played Star Citizen, and I hope you have,
yes, we
then
have.
You'll be familiar with the global inventory. You're able to access anything you want at any location.
So that's basically the way it's working right now. You get the armor, you can have a huge list of various items that you have. You go to utility, you can have 1,000 bed pens if you want, right? That's the reason why we're having the wipe, right? Because people have been accumulating all of those items. It's just going to be troublesome, to say the least, for all the database to be calculating all of that with a new system. That's one of the reasons why we have a wipe, is they want people to really start fresh with a new system and then build up the inventory with the new system.
You could be carrying a whale in your backpack, and we don't want that.
That is being nuked with prejudice. So from now on, you won't have access to the PMA. You will still have access to the VMA for all of your ships and your ship items and equipment.
Alright, so that's what they're saying here, is that this type of interface will still be available if you want to be equipping your quantum drive. If you have 10 different types of quantum drives, you're still going to be seeing that in the mobiGlas, but not the actual items that are linked to your character.
But anything related to your character will be in the local inventory. Local inventory is the largest space that you have access to.
Very nice, very interesting here. P4 AR rifle. Where have the P4 didn't look like this. Anyway, so that's how it's going to be looking like here. So now we have a new local. That's what you have in New Babbage, and these are the different locations that different guns that this guy has at New Babbage, obviously at the hub here. And so that Shadowrise says in the chat that he cannot wait until we can see lockers full of spare mags. Yes, spare mags. Can you imagine all the weapons that you would loot eventually could be in those lockers, right? Exactly. That's the P4 with a stock foil. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, okay, got it. I didn't know that we can actually do that, Shadowrise. That's new to me, at least.
It's not infinite, but it will be the largest space that you have access to, and that is tied to what you'd imagine the location that you're in.
Now, interested, did you guys hear what he said? He said that the storage that we'll have at those locations, New Babbage, Orison, etc., are not going to be infinite. So again, if you have 1,000 different kinds of guns, then you would not be able to store them at the same location. So there's still going to be a limit.
Let's take, for example, Port Olisar. Whilst I'm on the station, I can access Port Olisar and everything that I've stored within the location inventory. As soon as I leave the station and fly off, I can no longer access those items.
So when you open up your inventory, you'll be able to just press I or go through it the personal enough thought and open up your inventory, and you'll see, okay, there's all of the gear.
Okay, so that's what you are going to see. So that's the key to remember. It's going to be I for inventory. That definitely makes sense. And that's what you're going to be seeing here, what's in your backpack. Core components, also legs eventually, right? And the local, again, the things that we've just mentioned a little bit before. And there you can see the difference here. This one here almost empty, but you can see that the backpack is going to be filled very quickly here with just a couple of items. It's already at 55%, which does make sense, right? Because that backpack is going to be limited with how much weight you are going to be carrying and how heavy those items are going to be. And, I think that at some point it did say that they are going to be also taking under consideration whether or not these items actually fit in the backpack or not, which it's going to also make interesting choices in the future when we're going to have different types of backpacks available. Hey, Dr. Forbin is here as well in the chat. How are you doing, Dr. Forbin? Let's continue.
On my character, and then you'll have another kind of window on the other side, which will show all of your local inventory.
Oh, nice. Did you see that? So you can actually use the items from the local inventory and attach some of the items to your armor, where you have those attach points that you can see here in the UI. Okay, so you'll be able to do that. That's how you'll be able to do it manually and put them on your own armor.
That's going to make you consider, what am I going to take with me from this location?
And there we go. And now the gun is attached to the
It's
armor.
also introducing the concept of,
And the med
I
pen
want
on the
certain things
side.
in these locations, so I now have to move them there. I have to physically go there to put them in those locations.
Because before this, all of those items were just magically appearing on your character. You just press the save, and it would just you just press click save, and then it would just appear on your armor. That's not going to be the case anymore in Star Citizen of 3.15. Very nice.
Another key aspect of local inventory, which you now set to the very first time that you sign in, is your home location.
That home residence has two purposes. One, it becomes your regeneration point, your default regeneration point, whether the hospital or the nearest hospital nearby. And the other thing is that it becomes your default home location for all of your gear, equipment, subscriber flares, vehicles.
Okay, very interesting here. So it's basically when you're going to start in the verse, after you start your character creation, they will ask you not just where you want to start in the verse, but it's actually called now primary residence location. So let's imagine you buy a ship on the store, right? Well, that ship is going to be appearing, let's say you are at area 18, that ship will be appearing at the area 18 ISOP terminal. Let's say you got some subscriber flare, as he said, all of that flare will be in the local inventory at area 18. So it will be very interesting to see how people are going to be managing their aspect, right? Let's say they want to have certain types of ship or certain types of equipment at certain locations when they do missions, then they're gonna have to go to the landing zone. Is this going to perhaps also bring some attractiveness to those landing zones? Because a lot of people are saying, well, there aren't really much reasons to go to landing zones. It's they're just places for decor, but there's no purpose. Maybe this is actually going to give a purpose for people to go to landing zones or stations, since that's where some of the inventory items that they are going to need are going to be located, right? It's nice that we can replace the sidearms with a medical gun, says Shadowers. I don't think that we can replace the sidearm with a medical gun. I think that it's a different slot, but I'm not sure, right? It's only PvE looting, says Momoking. No, Momoking. It's going to be, I think that they've been very clear about this, that it's going to be PvE and PvP at the same time.
Everything that you own
will
be deposited at this location.
Nice.
So we've touched on the largest scale inventory that we have, the location inventory. The next one down is a vehicle inventory.
Look at that. Of course, they know the cargo here. The Argo cargo is the current meme going on within the Star Citizen community. Nice little shout out here. See what you did here, content creation team.
That marries an inventory container with a ship interior in the same way that you have to be...
Good question, Momoken. What happens if someone loots an armor that's tied to the account? I think, Momoking, here's what I think. If someone loots an armor that's tied to your account, I think it would be nice if they could have access to that armor, but since you bought it with real money, you should eventually keep it in your account. I think that would be a nice touch, because they did say that it would be possible to loot players who have super cool, super rare items. But Shadowra says you probably lose it like how you lose the current golden guns. That's also possible. Yeah, right now you can lose but at the same time, when you have the golden guns, you get them back if you have a character reset. So if you are so pissed that somebody stole your gold armor, then you can always do a character reset, I guess, right? But that's not really RP, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to try to restrict that. But yeah, that's a very good point.
Location, in order to access your location inventory, you have to be inside your ship to access your vehicle inventory.
All right, so same here, vehicle inventory. So here we're just transferring. Let's say the ship here is at New Babbage. You're at New Babbage, the ship is in New Babbage, you transfer from New Babbage to the ship, and then when you'll be out there in space, that Argo MPUV cargo tab will become the one here on the right, and you have your backpack here on the left as well. Very interesting as well. So you'll be able to do that only at the landing zones as well, it seems.
Larger ships will have more inventory, and smaller ships will have less inventory.
Obviously.
And this is simulating all of the lockers and all the physical storage that you would have had on those ships.
That's right. So they're confirming here that the lockers, unfortunately, will not be functional in 3.15, but the more lockers you have in a ship, the more inventory you will have starting from 3.15. So that's how those lockers are still going to influence how this is going to be working, right? Momo King says it will be interesting to see how they implement looting when it comes to the gold armors, for sure, right? For sure. Yeah, it's definitely going to change the game so much, and I think that it's also going to give an opportunity to players who do not pay for those items, who have basic accounts, to still enjoy them and get to loot players who may have spent things with real money, because eventually, you know, they should be having access to those items if they lose. You know, at the same time, it's not, you know, money is not, should not be buying skills. Money should not be buying advantages. And you know, you pay a lot of you pay for items with real money, but you can't keep them because you don't have the skills. Then it should be too bad. That's my opinion, of course, but some people would disagree. But that's what I think.
The interface allows you to drag and drop from location to vehicle, so you'll be able to move items between locations. The next inventory scale down is external inventory, and that's any inventory container that you interact with that's basically in a box.
It can be in a ship, or it can be a crate out in the world, or it can be a loot box. It can be anything.
Okay, so these are basically, so that's the inventory you have in ships, but this is also how those systems are going to be working for the loot boxes, like actual real loot boxes in game, not loot boxes from, not the Electronic Arts loot boxes, right? These are those that you'll find at Security Post Carré, or let's say the bunkers.
It could even be the corpses that you leave.
The hell?
Oh no, look at that. Devil Gamer says he dropped the game for good. Enough is enough. What do you mean enough is enough, Devil Gamer? What are you talking about? You know, you don't like the inventory system? I think it's really exciting. It's the way I mean, come on, Chris Roberts have been this was Chris. CIG are morons. Wow, that is some tough words here, Devil Gamer. Please elaborate on that.
When you kill someone, the amount of flesh and bones that
Oh,
they
wait,
you can interact with.
Here we go. We had how it's going to look like here. So yeah, we can definitely. So that's an NPC. I think that's one of the NPCs at Security Post Carrés. So we can definitely take the armor here. We can store it, grab it, or even straight equip it. But open here, open is going to be opening the inventory of the armor as well. Nice. Or we can PH turnover. So turnover, I mean, we have to turn him over on the other side, or turn over to the police, right? I don't understand. Are you still an Eradicator's fan? Devil Gamer, thank you so much. But this is also going to be... I like it because it's going to bring so many new systems that are quite unknown to us. You know, classic old school backers. It's going to be plenty of stuff to relearn. And that's what makes it
you
exciting.
can interact with and start rummaging around inside.
Oh, cool. So there's actually going to be an animation where the armor will turn into a magical box. There you go. Core armor turns into a box, and the guy lost his armor, and you can see the undersuit. That's fun.
Rummaging around inside. It's an interface that allows you to drag off armor, weapons, etc.
Okay, so even your own stuff, like your own armor, you'll be able to turn it into a box, which I guess is how you're going to be selling those items to the different vendors around the verse, which we know is something that will be possible to do in 3.15.
So finally, the smallest form of inventory is personal inventory, and that's anything that has an inventory container attached to it that you can wear. So whether that's trousers and jacket, there'll be a corresponding UI container for your jacket pockets, for your trouser pockets, etc.
Well, even the pockets, guys, that's where you're going to have all the little med pens and maybe the small pockets of drugs or the crypto keys.
That's environment suits, that's core armor, that's leg armor.
And backpacks now are separated from cores, so you can choose which armor you prefer based on the choices that you want, and you'll be able to associate a different backpack to the armor. Light goes with light, medium can have medium and light, and heavy can have heavy, medium, and light.
Oh my god, so whoa. So they said that we're gonna have 3 different types of backpacks. Light backpack with obviously not a lot of items, but probably is going to allow you to run a little bit faster and be stealthier. Medium backpack, which is gonna be the jack of all trades, and heavy backpack for the heavy duty, maybe mining, or if you're in for looting a lot of items and then sell them, but at the same time you're going to be slow, heavy, and loud. That is some interesting also gameplay here. Perhaps when we're in multi-crew parties, there should be a couple of players dedicated to combat action, and those should have the light backpacks, whereas the players who are not so much into combat, like the medics also, for example, should have the heavy backpacks, because their job is not going to be stealthy or swift in combat, but just being of a support role. Interesting. Now, locked. Why is this locked? Is this because of the future hacking gameplay as well that's going to come out in the future, right? I suppose that the locked here would still be locked to the actual owner of the backpack, but is this also going to be a prelude to when hacking gameplay would actually be a thing and you'll be able to hack people's items and get access to their inventory?
So with all these different types of inventories, different sizes and whatnot, that brings us to asking, how do you track where everything is? How do I know where I've left
That's a good question.
bag of ammo? That brings us to Knickknacks, which is a new mobile app that
Okay, so it's right there, another app. Which one does it replace here? Because that was the... I think it replaces the personal inventory, because there used to be... Yeah. There used to be like this icon with a T-pose, right? So it's gone, and instead it will be replaced by this Knickknacks thing.
we're introducing alongside inventory.
You're able to load up Knickknacks, look at it, and at any moment get a real-time update of all of the items that you have. So you...
Okay, great. So that's what Stantims. This obviously the star system. In the future, there's gonna be Nyx and Paro, right? And then the different planets. And then when you look at those planets, you get to see what's available. Does it say where? Because right now it doesn't, right? It's just the local inventory. In the future, it's going to have to say where. Is it gonna be L19 Habs, or is it gonna be Tiza Spaceport, or maybe the CBD? It's going to have to be expanded on a little
You
bit
want
for
to know
sure.
where that P6LR is. And you're like, oh, where did I leave it? Oh, I left it. on
Yeah,
my ship.
Shadow Rise has a good
This-
point here. He'd like to see if it would be possible to transfer items from place to place. I think, Shadow Rise, that there can be 2 options for that. I think at the beginning you're going to have to do it manually, but I wouldn't be surprised if it would be possible to do that for a small fee, obviously, just like a regular delivery service would do, right? Momokin says, oh man, I hope it loads as fast as they showed here. Yes, well, probably they are using very good servers, Momoking, but in a server with 50 people, it's probably going to slow a little bit. It's going to load a little bit slower.
In Port Olisar. Oh, cool. I can go and get that.
As with many other features that have been released with Star Citizen, there's more to come. We'll continue to improve it and work on it and flesh out additional functionality.
More to come, as they said. Yeah, obviously, right. So that's
There's a lot.
that's what we're talking about. There's going to be some kind of delivery service, as you guys were talking about in the chat, or it's gonna be, hey, we gotta follow here. Star Citizen has followed. My goodness, is it like the actual Star Citizen? Really? Oh, that's nice. Well, thank you so much, Star Citizen, for following. All right, a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Well, let's continue.
More things to consider, to remember, and to coordinate over. I think we're moving towards what the game is intending to be.
It's very easy as game designers or game developers to focus on individual mechanics and say, oh, this mechanic does this and this mechanic does this. But what my job is, and what I'm trying to help deliver, and is to deliver Chris Roberts' vision.
Yes, because
And that-
in the end, that's the most. That I like what he's saying here. In the end, it is the reason why we're here. It's because we believe in Chris Roberts' vision. We enjoy Chris Roberts' vision. We share Chris Roberts' vision, and we want the devs to, obviously. Chris Roberts cannot do everything alone. Obviously, he's only one man. CIG now has like 600-700 employees, and that is their mission, to help him deliver that Star Citizen experience that we've all been dreaming of, and that Chris Roberts is here to deliver for us along with his team. And you know, a lot of people are mad about Dave of the Spaceman, wipes, physical inventory, but all of that is no secret. These are information that have been out there since the beginning. It has been heavily documented by RSI and tons of other content creators as well. So it shouldn't be of a surprise when these major changes are happening.
Vision is this Star Citizen experience that everybody loves and wants to play, and everybody is working towards. And inventory and healing are huge ways of moving towards that goal. And the biggest thing that you'll notice is that they're going to change how you play the game.
That's awesome.
So what did we learn this week?
We learned a
There's
lot,
an
Jared.
enormous shift coming to the way everything from shopping to trading to vehicle spawning is happening in the persistent universe.
Now that's actually a major change. That's what I said in the video before. It's one of perhaps the biggest change since 3.0, when actually planets were introduced in the verse. It's huge. That change is so big. We could almost call this patch 4.0, I think. And you know, guys, I do patch reviews every quarter, and among the categories of that review is game-changing element. I'm pretty sure that for 3.15, this is going to score a 10 out of 10. But
that inventory management will become a more tactical endeavor when the answer to what's in the cave becomes only what you take with you.
You guys, Jared. Yeah, of course, that is a reference to the Empire Strike Back, right? When Luke says, "What's in the cave? Only what you take with you." And Jared says, "What's in the game? Only what you take with you." Fun. I see what you did here.
And that, when combined with last week's injury and healing changes, 3.15 is shaping up to be quite a patch.
It is going to be a very interesting patch. Unfortunately, we'll be a little bit delayed. We're going to have to wait, right? Still not in Evo KD, unfortunately, as well. I know that Tyler denied that it will come on October 22nd. Hey, who knows? Maybe it will come even later than October 22nd, right? But definitely a very anticipated patch, and it's going to, as far as I'm concerned, make Star Citizen even more exciting than what it is right now. Anyway, guys, that is all for this video. Don't forget that this month I got a giveaway. Where's my giveaway? Here. This month I got a giveaway thanks to Dr. Forbidden giving away on YouTube a Crusader Mercury Star Runner. All you have to do is to subscribe to the channel and answer the giveaway related question that I'll be asking. Guys, what is going to be your home system or your home planet in Star Citizen 3.15. As far as I'm concerned, my home will be Horizon. Obviously, I just love Horizon. I know that there is that atmosphere that takes a while to get in and out, but it's just part of the whole scenery. It's the price to pay for awesomeness. But let me know in the comment section. Also on Discord, we got the Crusader Ares and an Origin 85X. Thanks to Dr. Forbin again and Max Power. That is all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to all the people on Twitch as well who have been with me since the beginning of this live stream. We played a little bit of Star Citizen. We followed with the Inside Star Citizen review. And that's basically it. Also, thank you to JDD as well for becoming my latest Patreon. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more content on the channel. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. And thank you so much, guys, for the sticking with me on stream here. You guys have been awesome. We got 4 people. It's a little live stream, but that's okay. Have a great day, guys, and cheers. See you next time. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.